بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. A para a day keeps the devil away. Quran, we need to hold on to this Quran. Amongst the names of the Quran is Hablullah wa'tasimu bihablillahi jami'a. Hold fast onto the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the rope of Allah, whether it's an individual, whether it is an ummat, this rope will take one to their destination, Allah Rabbul Alameen. So when we read in Quran, Ya Allah, whatever I'm in, Ya Allah, you pull me out of it. Whatever darkness I'm in, pull me out of it. Whatever sin I'm in, pull me out of it. Ya Allah, I cannot come out on my own. It is not my capacity. I cannot fight shaitan. I cannot find the environment. Like our Mufti Mahmud Rahimahullah used to say that when you go to somebody's house and there's a dog there, then either you wrestle the dog and get to the door, get to the owner. Obviously a dog has been created to destroy. It's a security dog. So either you're going to wrestle and lose, or you will just pick up the phone or ring the bell and notify the owner you're outside, and you will sort the dog out. So likewise, when the shaitan, this dog, comes to you, then turn to Allah. You cannot fight shaitan. Some people declare war with shaitan. No, we cannot declare war with shaitan. We don't have the capacity. To say, I declare war with you is folly. Hand the matter over to Allah. Create a relationship with Allah. Let Allah sort out all the dogs of this world. So when a person is in quicksand, you need somebody from outside to give you a rope. No matter what an expert you are, you rather just hold onto the rope which is there. Don't be a hero. Somebody is drowning, they're out of breath. Last one more chance, you see the rope. Grab it. Grab it. There's floods. A person is on the roof of their house. The helicopter comes. Water levels are rising. They drop down the ladder. Get onto the ladder. Get onto the rope of Allah. You don't have time. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ. So this covenant, this agreement, ضُرِبَتْ عَلَيْهِمُ الذِّلَّةُ أَيْنَمَا ثُقِفُوا إِلَّا بِحَبْلٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. Indignity, disgrace was put over them wherever they were, except those who were under the protection of Allah. The pledges, the peace treaties in the ayah, yeah. So we need to hold on to this rope. Nabi alayhi salam once addressed and said, Ya ma'ashar al-Ansar, alam ajidkum dhullalan fahadakum Allah. Be Ansar, did I not find you misguided? Allah directed you to hidayat because of me. وَكُنْتُم مُتَفَرِّقِينَ فَأَلَّفَكُمُ اللَّهُ بِي. You were divided. Allah united you around me. وَعَالَةً فَأَغْنَاكُمُ اللَّهُ بِي. You were poor, you were in poverty. Allah enriched you because of me. So Sahabah agreed 100%. This ni'mah. We are holding on to the rope of Allah and His Rasul. So if we made a niyyah to change, to hold on to this rope of Allah. Some people are holding on to the wrong ropes. So instead of pulling you out of the water, it pulls you deeper into the water. It puts you into more quicksand. You're in the water, you're drowning, and a shark comes. You just thought so, you're out of the problem and you're in a bigger problem. So hold on to the right rope. Some people hold on to the rope of Allah, but we still on to the rope of dunya. So rope is there to lift us up to Allah, but we want to don't leave our dunya. We're all in tight. So with one hand onto the rope of Allah and another hand onto the rope of shaitan on the ground. You're not going to move. We're stuck. That person who ties the rope on one hand on the top and another on the bottom, it will shred him, it will rip his body in two. We're getting ripped, the ummah is getting ripped. But we need to make a faisla, focus, decision. Allah has sent me with a purpose. Allah has sent me with an objective. I'm here to make my Allah happy. I'm here to follow my Nabi. This is my direction. This is my destination. This is where I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to. This is what I'm going to do. Not open the Quran because it's Barkat. Everybody else must make their khatam a day. Everybody must make their khatams. I'll open it in Ramadan. Make my dhikr for Barkat. When the Shaykh's majlis is there, make zikr. Salat, yeah, Jummah time, Eid time. Yeah, I read my tahajjud, but last 10 days only. The effort for deen, the hidayat of mankind. Every person that dies without iman, I am responsible. Taking this deen to the four corners of this earth. فَلْيُبَلِّغِ الشَّاهِدْ مِنْكُمُ الْغَائِبِ أَلَا هَلْ بَلَّغْتُ. Thus responsibility to take the deen to the four corners of the earth. Have I made that my wazifa, my objective? No, everybody else will do it. It's fine. They doing it, it's sufficient. When will I be ready? When am I going to make the sacrifice? When it's too late, when the hair is grey, the back is broken, the teeth have fallen out, no energy left. When I'm set, when I make my million, when I make my 100 million, when I make my billion, when my dunya is sorted out, when my job, promotion, I've climbed the ladder. Procrastination is a crash of every nation. Don't procrastinate. Don't delay. So we shouldn't be leaving this to everybody else. I'm leaving it to everybody else, the deen, but myself. That's why somebody said beautifully that it was quite sad now recently at the death of one of the most important people in our lives. We are all sad, we are depressed. How are we going to get over it? But he was wondering, who's this someone else? Someone else is passing away, has created a vacancy that would be very difficult to fill. Someone else has been with us for many years. All the years, all the days, all the hours, all the minutes, all the time. Someone else did more than everybody else. He did most of the work for everyone. He did everything for everyone. When there was a time to strive in Allah's path, someone else was there. When it came to learning deen, someone else. When it came to learning Quran with tajweed, someone else. When it was imparting deen, someone else. When it was khidmah, someone else. When it came to ibadat, someone else. So whenever there was a job, someone else was there to do it. No one else's name was on the list. Everybody else said, let someone else do it. When it came to taqaza, when it came to sacrifice, when it came to mujahada, then someone else's name was taken. So this was common knowledge that someone else was amongst the most generous, most sacrificial person. When there was a need for charity, was there someone else? When there was a need for orphans, someone else. When there was a need to Fal masjid, someone else. And there's a time of Fajr, someone else. Someone else was always there to make up the difference. Someone else was a very wonderful person. Someone else was a superhuman. So everybody wanted someone else to do everything else for everyone else. But now the sad news is someone else is gone. Now everybody is wondering, what are we going to do? He set a standard, he set an example. But who's there to follow? Who's there to replace someone else? At least let's console ourselves, at least when we die. Should not be that we meet someone else and then we wish, if only I were him. I wish I was someone else and I did all of this. So the rope of Allah is in front of us. وَأَتَسِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ. Allamah Tabri has mentioned that هو ما يتمسك به رغبة في الوصول. What you hold hard, this is a rope, I can't let go. The chopper is taking me off the tsunami island to salvation. رغبة في الوصول, because you know where you're going to. Going to Allah. لذلك سمي الإيمان حبلا. Iman is called a rope because it's a rope to success. It is a rope to protection from Jahannam. So different scholars have explained this rope of Allah. Atha is mentioned, وَعَهْدُ اللَّهِ. Hold on to this treaty, this pact, this pledge which you made with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Qatada and Suddi, huwa Al-Qur'an. Hold on to this Qur'an. Amash, halum ila tariq fa'tasimu bihablillah. Rush to this Qur'an. Muqatil has mentioned, Amrullah wa ta'atuhu. Hold on to the commands of Allah and obey Him. Kitabullah huwa hablullahi al-mamdood. This is a rope of Allah from the heavens. The Qur'an. Allamah Tabri has mentioned, وَتَمَسَّكُوا بِدِينِ اللَّهِ. Hold on to steadfast onto the rope of Allah, the deen of Allah. Jalla thana'uhu, the Zat of Allah. So hold on to the Zat of Allah, the Awamir of Allah, the Book of Allah. Allamah Zamakhsharis has mentioned, Ijtami'u ala isti'anatikum billah. Gather in seeking everything from Allah and hold steadfast unto Him. وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا عَنْهُ. Don't deviate. And gather on to holding to the pledge. وَهُوَ الْإِيمَانُ وَالطَّاعَةِ. It is Iman, it is obedience, بِكِتَابِهِ, it's the Book of Allah. So am I blind to this rope of Allah? Have I abandoned it completely? Where am I looking? What am I seeing? What am I supposed to be doing? A beggar went up to a person in the street, said, lady, please help me, I need some food. Please, hungry, pointing to his stomach, haven't eaten in 3 days. Basi, farakos, 3 days. So what the person said, you haven't eaten in 3 days, please force yourself to eat. Where the question is, what's the mutalaba and the taqaza and the demand, and what the answer? What Allah and His Rasul are telling us, and where's our life? So we have the solutions, we haven't opted for it. There's no options, there's no plan B, there's no emergency escape. So this Qur'an, As the hadith al-awar says, مررت في المسجد, I was passed by the masjid, فإذا الناس يخوضون في الأحاديث. People were busy in discussions, in storytelling. فدخلت على علي فقلت يا أمير المؤمنين ألا ترى أن الناس قد خاضوا في الأحاديث؟ O commander of the believers, do you not see people are becoming engrossed in storytelling? So he replied, وَقَدْ فَعَلُوهَا. They have been consumed with it. Is that happening? Is it possible? He said, yes. Listen well what I heard the Nabi of Allah saying, أَلَا إِنَّهَا سَتَكُونُ فِتْنَةً. There will come a fitnah. So I asked, مَا الْمَخْرَجُ مِنْهَا? O Nabi of Allah, what's the solution? What's the way out? So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam replied, Kitabullahi, Allah's book, fihi naba ma kana qablakum. It is news of what has happened to the previous people. Wa khabr ma ba'dakum, information of what comes after you. Wa hukmu ma baynakum, and a judgment for what is happening in front of you. Huwa al-fasl. It is a criterion between right and wrong. Laysa bil hazl, no joke, no jest. It's not entertainment. Man tarakahu min jabbarin qasamahu Allah. Whoever among you oppresses this Qur'an, abandons this Qur'an, Allah will crush him. Allah will crush him. وَمَنِ ابْتَغَى الْهُدَى فِي غَيْرِهِ أَضَلَّهُ اللَّهُ. Whoever seeks guidance from it, Allah will leave him to be astray. You look for guidance anywhere else, going in the wrong direction, Allah will leave you to that. وَهُوَ حَبْلُ اللَّهِ الْمَتِينِ. It is a rope, the strong rope from Allah. وَهُوَ الذِّكْرُ الْحَكِيمِ. It is wise remembrance. وَهُوَ الصِّرَاطُ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. It is a straight path. وَالَّذِي لَا تَزِيغُ بِهِ الْأَهْوَاءِ. Desires cannot distort. وَلَا تَلْتَبِسُ بِهِ الْأَلْسِنَةِ. Tongues cannot twist it. It's the kalam of Allah. إِنَّا لَحَافِظُونَ. إِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. Nobody can distort it. وَلَا يَشْبَعُ مِنْهُ الْعُلَمَاءِ. The scholars will not be satisfied. They will not be satiated. They can't get enough. وَلَا يَخْلُقُ عَلَى كَثْرَةِ الرَّدِّ. Should not become dull from much recitation. It doesn't get old, it doesn't get stale. The more you hear it, the more you want it. وَلَا تَنْقَضِي أَجَائِبُ. Its amazement does not diminish, does not dwindle. It is a marvel. It will remain a marvel. وَالَّذِي لَمْ تَنْتَهِيَ الْجِنِّ إِذْ سَمِعَتْهُ حَتَّى قَالُوا. When the jinns heard it, they never hesitated. They said, إِنَّا سَمِعْنَا قُرْآنًا عَجَبًا. We have heard a wonderful recitation. It guides through the truth. يَهْدِي إِلَى الرُّشْدِ. مَنْ قَالَ بِهِ صَدَقًا. Whoever speaks according to it, they have spoken the truth. وَمَنْ عَمِلَ بِهِ أَجِرًا. Whoever acts according to it, he will get the reward. وَمَنْ حَكَمَ بِهِ عَدَلًا. And whoever judges by it, he will be judged justly. وَمَنْ دَعَا إِلَيْهِ هُدِيَ إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. And whoever invites to it, they will be guided to the straight path. خُذْهَا إِلَيْكَ يَا أَعْوَرْ. O Awar, hold steadfast onto the seer. Hold steadfast onto the seer. So this book of Allah, this rope of Allah. No matter where you are, it will draw you to Allah. Imagine a Sahabi, Hazrat Abdullah Ibn Rawahah, was lying down in the lap of his wife and he began to cry. His wife also begins to cry. Ask her, oh my husband, why are you crying? The wife is crying. So he asked her, why are you crying, my wife? She replied, you are also crying. That has made me cry. What love Sahabah had. What love. He said, I recall, imagine on the climax of intimacy and solitude with your most beloved. I recall the words of Allah in the Quran, وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا. Every one of you shall have to pass by Jahannam, the Pul Sirat. I don't know whether I will be saved from it or not. I don't know if I will be saved from it or not. Such a rope of Allah. We need to hold on to this rope of Allah. The amal for today is that when you're in the adhan, من قال حين يسمع المؤذن, recite these words, وأنا أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم رسولا. These words here, if it is said, غفر الله له ذنبه, a person's sins will be forgiven. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.